Bad Larry.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bad Larry Kingdom. I'm your host, Bad Larry. Today we are checking out issue number 5. But first, we have to check out those variant covers. I always put my favorite right in the middle. This depiction of Daredevil matches my mind's eye. But Bad Larry, you gave the one to the right an A plus and the one in the middle an A. Yeah, you're right. I can be objective. The one with the eyes glowing and the little horn showing, half in and half out of the shadows. It is the perfect depiction of Daredevil. It nails his vibe the best, but let me know your favorite. And the main cover, wah, 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 C minus. When artists use digital modes to create art and they come out well, it's amazing. But this one just seems sloppy. It's low effort. I really hate it. Anyway, this story by Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett wrap up the 5-part series of Tomorrow's Devil. Will this end on a high note or a low note? Let's find out. Not too many characters involved in this story. Daredevil, Detective Forte, Foggy Nelson, and the Omen. Sometimes that is a good thing, sometimes not. When there aren't many side characters involved, well, hopefully we learn more about this Omen in this issue. In a down-to-earth or street-level style comic, it's often the aim of the storyteller to establish that feel from the get-go. Seeing Foggy check his phone and get bumped by an inconsiderate lady on the plane does just that. It gives us, the reader, that real-life feel. I like that Foggy is still alive in the comic books. I mean, there was no need to kill him off in the TV show, right? Foggy is still trying to reach Matt Murdock, but the purpose of this whole focus on Foggy is just bringing him into the storyline. Foggy is back in town and worried about Matt. What else is new? Foggy says he hopes Matt isn't being Daredevil out there. To me, this is just hater behavior. Matt has a gift, just like Spider-Man. Well, not exactly like Spider-Man, but you know what I mean. Foggy is a sloppy ass tubby boy. Don't be hating on Matt because Matt has put in the time and effort to be Daredevil even while being blind, and your boy out here wearing oversized Hawaiian shirts. Come on. Anyway, Detective Forte is in shell shock from last issue from seeing the Omen rip out his partner's eyeballs right in front of him. Old boy can't take the heat. But why did he become a detective then? Daredevil is thinking the same thing. It's embarrassing letting a real man like Daredevil seeing you boo-hoo-hoo and all over the place throwing up. Shameful. Detective Forte, which I realize the dude's name is an oxymoron. Forte means strong or brave, and this guy is the total opposite. He tries to reclaim some sort of his manhood by throwing out his badge. Oh, you shouldn't be here. Daredevil said, but shut up before I slap you, silly. The visual representations of these two characters couldn't be more polar opposite. Daredevil presents himself as super confident, strong, heroic. Detective Forte looks like a scared little kid. Daredevil doesn't have time to faff about with this guy. He needs to get to the scoop on Omen, and Forte is withholding that scoop. You know, when you blow up some of these smaller panel images, you really see the low effort put into them, right? Anyway, Daredevil is grilling the detective, which is ironic. Cops usually like to do the grilling. Forte realizes he better just go ahead and spill them beans. He is acting like Daredevil is his therapist the way he's breaking down. Man, get it together. But this is a crucial panel to the story. Forte froze in the moment. He just sat there and watched the Omen take out his partner's eyeballs and did absolutely nothing about it. From this point going forward, Detective Forte must decide what kind of cop, hell, what kind of man he's going to be. Someone who just lets people walk all over him, fearful, cowardly, or someone else, someone who takes action. We will see what Forte decides who to be later on, what kind of man he's going to decide to be. The art is well executed here. It really is part of the storytelling process, not just pretty or cool pictures. Daredevil's face and his head tilt isn't just because he's blind. He is just kind of unfazed emotionally. Daredevil is clearly locked in, and Forte is not. Then we get the perspective of Forte looking upwards at Daredevil. This is showing Daredevil has a superiority over Forte. Daredevil is above him in all ways. It's a subtle thing, but it's important. It shows in one simple image the pecking order of the two characters. Then the blacked out shadow images, Daredevil is built. He's standing upright. He's strong. He feels grounded. Forte seems wobbly, lower, unsure. It's great storytelling visually. We see a shift here in Forte. Forte brings up vigilante justice to Daredevil. Not so in a condemning way, but more in a, I'm intrigued, tell me more about this type of way. Daredevil cuts through the BS, asking, what do you believe? These subtleties may be skipped or underappreciated by the casual reader, but not your boy Bad Larry. This simple question puts everything back on Detective Forte, saying he must choose. He must be responsible for what he believes. Don't just follow what Daredevil or someone else says. This run does this a lot. There's a lot of these subtle things that are said in the undertones. You really have to pay attention. Throwing it all back on Forte, you could see that his eyes drop. He's emotionally and physically drained, but he's trying though. So Forte musters up himself to give Daredevil the download. And Daredevil, being a smart lawyer cookie that he is intently listening for clues while filtering out all the emotion. He needs to find the link. And the link is Foggy Nelson, his partner. This is a very, very loose storyline. This Omen, why is he doing this for Matt Murdock? By issue 5, we still don't know. We're even deducing this clue. This is a big jump. So this story, which could have been super intricate, comes down to the same old story we've seen since the dawn of time. It reminds me of the cowboy saving the girl that's tied to the train tracks before the train runs her over. This is the same. Daredevil is the cowboy, Foggy represents the helpless girl who needs saving, and the Omen is the train about to run Foggy right over. It's about saving Foggy just in the nick of time. It's a little disappointed that this is what this story was reduced to. So Daredevil realizes he's on a time crunch, which is why he, like the cowboy, just takes off without explanation. The cowboy racing to the train on his trusty steed while Daredevil parkours his way over the rooftops. Same, same. Make sure to subscribe also if you haven't already. Anyway, we see Detective Forte is starting to decide what kind of man he wants to be and disregards all the stupid police protocols. He's heading to Foggy Nelson's pad as well. I wonder who makes it there first, Detective Forte, Daredevil, or the Omen? Well, I think we got our answer right away. It's the Omen's ugly ass who made it there first. And look, I'm not judgmental. People can choose to do whatever they want to in America. I support that. However, I can tell you one thing. In my personal house, not the law office, but in my house, I'm not displaying a photograph of just me and some other dude. It's not going to happen. I was at the beach the other day and I saw what looked like two buddies just walking the beach by the shore, and I had the same feeling. You know, if you're kids, it's fine. You're like having an adventure. But as an adult man, dudes that are like 40-ish, nah, it's too romantic. I can't be walking shoulder to shoulder with no buddy down the beach. That's not going to happen. But I think it is perfectly fine for someone else, again, to do that. No judgment. Do what you like to do. Anywho, Daredevil has got his ass absolutely kicked by the Omen each time that they have fought. The Omen somehow fucks up Daredevil's senses, but here is the fighter spirit in Daredevil. He keeps getting knocked down. He keeps getting up. It's his willingness to keep fighting. Daredevil remembers Coach Spider-Man telling him to focus on just one of his senses instead of all of them. That is his only hope against the Omen. And he remembers Coach Stick saying, "You'll never be ready," meaning you do what you got to do with what you have right in the moment. Just give it your all, not some of your all, but all of your all. That's all you can ask of yourself. The battle is back and forth. The Omen breaks his little weapon on Daredevil's forearm, and that's tough. Shows how hard Daredevil is. No diddy. But the Omen is built different. He puts Daredevil down. Then Daredevil grabs him by the throat like he's Dalton from Roadhouse. Daredevil thinks he has won. The Omen thinks differently. We are starting to try and dive into the Omen's motivation. He says he's doing all of these killings for Matt Murdock. How does the Omen know Daredevil is Matt Murdock? And why even do this? What is his motivation? Daredevil thinks he can shaggy his way out of this. It wasn't me, but I say you on the counter. It wasn't me. When I had her on the sofa, it wasn't me. But the Omen sees right through that. He tells Daredevil he knows he's Matt Murdock. Cut the BS. But again, why is he doing all of this? We learn really nothing from this, and it's super annoying. This dude was blown up, put back together, the best the doctors could do, and then he became fixated on Matt Murdock's life. Okay, what the fuck? Nothing here makes any sense. I normally don't do this. I try and decipher things out myself. I try to make the inferences myself. But this one time I went to the old AI, and AI said the Omen could be a collective of people, not just one man. I'm like, what? And this collective could have some agenda against Matt Murdock, because Matt was the mayor of New York City for a while. Anyway, it's such a stretch. I don't know if I believe it. I'm super annoyed by this. Anyway, let's move on. The Omen starts talking gibber jabber gibberish because he's a Saint lunatic when we see a gun being drawn. I wonder who that could be. Well, we know there's only 4 characters in this story. I don't think it's Foggy with the gun. The fighting has stopped. Why? This is all over this place, this story. The Omen is trying to give Daredevil a psychic future reading. Daredevil's senses are going hithery-tithery. And we see Detective Forte has made his choice. The 3 pictures show visually his character development. If you've seen the previous issues, Forte really sucks at shooting. But here, he overcomes that. He overcomes his fear of the Omen and blasts old boy into smithereens. He chose to man up, get his revenge for his partner. That's nice. But at the same time, he fucked up the whole thing because Daredevil was just getting some answers from this bozo. Or at least getting the Omen to talk to him before Forte comes blasting away like he's at the Alamo or something. Ugh. Daredevil is holding this dude. The look on his face is my look. What the F was this all about? He's no closer to anything than from issue number 1. It's a giant waste of time. It's pure frustration. I'm sure you feel it. And that is the look Daredevil gives Detective Forte. He isn't condemning Forte. It's just the look of annoyance. But visually, you see Detective Forte has changed. Detective Forte's physical presence is different. He's standing tall. He's balanced on both feet. He's stern, feet firmly planted. He looks more manly. Good for you, Detective Forte. Foggy Nelson returns home to find this disaster in his apartment. Well, time to break that lease agreement. We see the body of the Omen being taken into the ambulance. Why show this? Well, everything is for a reason with this art. Then Matt has some doubts about his actions, which shows his humanity. He did just see a dude shoot another dude to apparent death right in front of him. Well, he didn't see it per se, but he radared it, I guess. He knew what happened. I love Foggy Nelson. He's like all of us, right? He's like, yeah. You just saw a guy get killed. Cool. Now back to me and my needs. Going back to the frame of the Omen being taken into the ambulance, now we see why. Someone has attacked the ambulance for some reason. It seems like an agent of Harlan Vale, the billionaire philanthropist who is tied directly to the college that Matt Murdock works at now. And he has some desires for that dead body, or maybe still alive body. Either way, old boy does not appear to be destined for the morgue or the hospital. I gave the art in this issue an 84%. Even though I dislike the digital style art, it's not as crisp as pencils and ink for me. The perspectives and the arrangements do a great job telling this story, so it's a regular B grade for me. I gave the actual storyline a much lower grade, 70%. We learned very little about the Omen. 5 issues in, it kind of pisses me off. So why the hype up arrow? Bad Larry? Well, next issue promises Tombstone, Hammerhead, Silvermane, characters I'm much more familiar with. I'm excited to move past this Omen storyline. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you real soon. Peace.